Look, if you are ambitious about like financial freedom but lazy, please watch this video. Watch this video all the way to the end, and I promise it's going to change your life, okay? Now, a lot of people are and have been on this train and on this ride and on this search for financial freedom. We all are. I am, right? Now, one thing is that I really want to say real quick that just really just dropped in my spirit is that you have to be able to discern like what does financial freedom mean to you? Because sometimes we're trying to chase after this goal of financial freedom, this dream of financial freedom, right? And we are really judging and coming up what this financial freedom looks like based off of other people's financial freedom. Because sometimes when you really look at it, your goal for financial freedom may be different from somebody else. You may not really want to be a billionaire. You may not really want to be a millionaire. And you're probably like, yo, Jazz, yo, that's crazy, girl. Like, hold on, chill out. No, I really do want to be a millionaire. You may do, but once you feel and know the headache that comes with being a billionaire or a millionaire, or the level of work ethic that's needed to be able to achieve that, or the level of discipline that's needed to achieve that, you may change your mind. Like, I literally had to be like, do I really want to be a millionaire though? A couple $100,000 a year will suffice, right? You know what I mean? I don't live above my means. I don't need a $500,000 car. I don't need a foreign car that I don't even know how to work, right? Like, I don't need all the things. Like, so do I really need, because growing this business is hard, right? And so you have to first know, like, what does financial freedom really mean to you? Figure that out first. Because once you have that clarity, once you have that true vision of what that looks like, now you can build towards that. I really love planning backwards. I'm going off topic, but this must be like meaningful. Okay. I love to plan backwards. Like, I love to know what I'm really aiming for and plan according to that. A plan accordingly that's going to get me there, to make sure that all my steps in my path is going to get me there, versus not really having a vision and just be driving around. It's like driving around back in the day without GPS, right? Like, yo, I was horrible at direction. I'd be like, you want to go east? Okay, east. Where is that? East what? Okay, then I remember, I'm about to really show my age. Then I remember when MapQuest came about, okay? And I would get on MapQuest and I would put the address of where I'm going, and I would write it out, and I would have it on my passenger seat. I'm looking like, okay, you're gonna drive, you're gonna look for the mile marker 151, and you're gonna exit, 41B. I'm like, oh, okay, now GPS, I don't really need to know where I'm going. I just put the direction of the GPS and it takes me there, right? But if you don't know where you're really trying to go, what that financial freedom looks like for you, then you're not going to know the direction. You're not going to know which path to go down. You're not going to be able to really count the cost to the vision, right? How long it's going to take there, how far it's going to take there. Are there going to be some paid tolls, some free tolls? You're taking the streets, you're taking the highway, like what we doing, okay? So first know that. Now, back to the regular schedule program, which is, if you do have that ambition to be extremely successful, to have that financial freedom, but you're lazy, it doesn't mix, okay? And I really used to live off of the fixed mindset, okay? I wish I remember the name of this book, and I cannot remember it, but I used to really be stuck on a fixed mindset. And I used to believe that, look, you were either made for this or you weren't. You either had it or you didn't. You either had a level of discipline or you did not. Okay. I really used to think like that. That is called the fixed mindset, which also meant that when I did lose, or I did make a wrong move, or something didn't work out, I thought that was the end. Like, oh, it's the end. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for me. I'm done. Put a tag on my toe. I'm out. Right. And I had to develop the growth mindset, okay, that which taught me that losses were lessons and they weren't real losses, right? So I had to learn that. So what that growth mindset now lets me know is that if you are somebody that does not have great work ethic, you can develop it. You can develop it. It will be extremely hard. It will stretch you in areas that are outside of your comfort zone because you're so used to operating one way. But what I find that in entrepreneurs, okay, look, I'm calling y'all out. We're talking the ugly truth. Put your big girl panties on because we're making it real raw and plain today, okay? And a lot of time people sugarcoat things and let things, oh, you're okay. Keep trying, girl. You got this. You do, but your work ethic is jacked up. Point blank, period. I said it. It's jacked up. Okay. I find that a lot of people want to be without do. Like in order to be, you have to do the things, right? A lot of us want to wake up millionaires. And I understand, well, I don't expect to be a millionaire overnight. Y'all act like it. Sometimes you think about it. Now, I'm not saying like not to believe big, like, yo, dream and believe big because that's going to be the vehicle. Okay, that's going to be the vehicle that you ride in every single day that's going to get you on path to the directions of your end result, the goal thing that we're aiming to. What this like got fixed. Okay, like you have to dream big. But some of us want to be without doing the things, right? And work ethic, you guys, is something that you have to have. Work ethic is something you have to have. I'm not saying, I know that we're all out of this hustle culture, and I'm not saying for you guys to work yourselves to death, but sometimes you have to recognize the seasons you're in. Okay? Sometimes you have to recognize the seasons that you're in. My grandfather, he was somebody that really loved and enjoyed farming. Okay. Back home where he lived, there was a lot that was next door to his house that was an empty lot. And he ended up farming that lot, also his big, large backyard on his spare time. Like, yo, Grandpa, what we doing? Like, you work at the steel mill, you have all these kids and all these grandkids, you're doing all these things, and you want to farm? That's hard work, right? And I remember seasons when I would go over there and I would see him some days plowing the yard. Okay. I would see him prepping the yard, right? Pulling the weeds and moving the stones and prepping the yard to plow. Okay. And I would see him sweating. I would go out there, I'll bring him a glass of cold water, and he would pull that old raggedy red handkerchief from his back pocket and wipe his face real quick and drink some water and thank me, give me a hug, and it's all sweaty and nasty, right? And I would run back in the house and tell Grandma, like, here you go, Grandma, and I would go off and play. Okay. And then I remember there were seasons where I would see him push this big old rusty like plow, and he's tilling the land, right? And he's preparing it for the seed, right? And he was out there working hard, like this, pushing and working hard from sun up to sundown. When he got off of work, before he went to work, like I saw him work hard. Okay. And then I remember going over there, and then I see him planting the seeds, and he's throwing down the seeds, and he's prepping the I'm going to put this here, I'm going to put this here, and I can't put this by this, and I can't put this by this because this needs this, but if I put this right here, it's going to really make this thing grow right here, right? And it's so crazy, like when I think about this, because I'm watching him, and I had no idea that I'm learning how to have work ethic and how to understand the seasons of my work ethic, okay? And so I see him doing that, right? And then I see him coming, and I'm coming over, and I see him just watering it. He's just watering it, make sure that everything has enough water, has enough nurturers. Like he's just taking care of everything, watering everything. Okay, that was my favorite part to help. I'm like, oh, I can do this. Hand me a hose, Grandpa. I got this one. Okay. Okay, so this is probably one of my favorite times to help, especially when it's hot outside. Okay, you sprinkle the water, you accidentally get wet, right? And then I remember this is my favorite seasons because this was the season when I would come over and I would see him sit on the front porch with a pitcher of lemonade. Okay. When he was doing hard work, he would drink water, but when he was like watching the growing, right? And I would see him, so I was like, well, what are we waiting for? Like, why are you not working, Grandpa? He's like, I'm waiting for the harvest. It's harvest time is coming, right? And he would just sit there and watch his plants grow, and he would talk to them, and he would water them. And once the plants would then grow, then he would pick them. And Grandma would clean them, prepare them, can them, do all the things, right? And so sometimes we don't understand and recognize what season we're in. right? I remember seeing a lot going online, and people would be like, "Oh, this is soft life, right? Like I want to just live the soft life, okay? I don't want to work all day. I don't want to, be bound, financially bound to a business and out hustling and working all day, working all hours, and working myself to death. Like I'm not doing all of that. This is the soft season, so we going to buy bags and take vacations and do this, and like, yo." That's all good and all. And I'm not talking about anybody that took advantage of the harvests that they reaped. But some of those entrepreneurs that maybe took too soon of a harvest soft life season, they kind of paid for that. And I kind of saw some of them would be like, yo, y'all, let me let y'all know that them vacations cost a lot and I really couldn't afford it. And I probably should have waited. And there was a lot of times I took some days off and I'm coming back working hard. Okay. So don't get it twisted. This is why I always say, like, don't judge what other entrepreneurs are doing based upon what you should do. You have to recognize your own season. For those that have put in the work, that tilled the land, that sowed the seed, that are now reaping their harvest, reap the harvest of your hard work. But you can't skip. You cannot skip preparing the land. You cannot plant seeds on a stony ground because they're not going to take root and you're going to have no harvest. And birds are going to come and pick up your seeds and it's going to be done. Right? You have to prepare. So you have to have the work ethic and understand the season you're in. Y'all, it is literally today. I don't really ever talk about like video times and days because, this is live all the year, all the time, right? But y'all, it's literally Saturday night. Like it's a Saturday evening and I'm working, okay? It's a Saturday evening and it's 10 o'clock at night. To be exact, it's 10:08 p.m. You want to know what time I got up this morning? 6 a.m. Because my youngest son had an 8 a.m. soccer game. My middle son had a 10:30 a.m. soccer game. My middle son also had a 12 p.m. soccer game. I had to go grocery shopping for the week for their school lunches. Then I had to stop by Walmart to pick up some things for a school project. Then I had to come home and prep dinner and put away the groceries and put all the things and prep for the next day for Sunday, which was the day that we go and worship, and had to get all their clothes ready. Then I'm like, shoot, I made a commitment to myself to get videos done for this upcoming month. So I have to come do it. Tired or not, Jasmine, get this face together. Okay. Throw on something and get up here and do these videos and let's get to work. Because I understand the season that I'm in, right? I understand the work ethic. That is the invisible, oh man, what's the word? That is the invisible investment. It's the invisible investment because it's the part that nobody really sees that you do, right? Everybody will see the harvest, right? Nobody really saw all the hard work day in and day out that my grandpa would do preparing that land. But everybody drove by and saw the harvest. Everybody drove by and saw them big old 3-foot watermelons, okay? Everybody drove by and saw the harvest, but they didn't really see him doing the work. And we have to make sure that our work ethic is matching the results that we're wanting, okay? Because a lot of time entrepreneurs, like, we want the thing. We know the thing that we want. We want the house, the cars, the bags, the financial freedom, okay? But the thing is, a lot of entrepreneurs also want it to be a guaranteed path. Like, we want it to be a guaranteed path. And sometimes if we don't see the results fast enough, we end up hopping from one thing to another thing to another. Oh, this didn't work, so I'm going to try something else. You didn't even give it enough time, boo. You didn't even give it enough time. How do you really know it's not going to work, right? Sometimes we want it to be really easy. And I get it. I get it. I guess I'm going to say that I'm guilty of it, right? A lot of times people will promise a certain business that you can get into will be easy. And I never make the promise. I'm not guilty. I'm going to take that back because I ain't. Because I never promise it's going to be easy. I just say that it's doable. Anybody's able to do it. There's thousands of students inside the CEO Clean Academy. So many successful students, so many that quit on themselves too soon, so many that allow life scenarios to get into the way and to overwhelm them, because I get it. Life is heavy sometimes, right? And I always try to stay connected to everybody, for those that allow me to see what's going on, to be able to pray for them and help them and encourage them. And I always super praise them on the comeback, right? Yo, Jazz, I'm back at it. Let's get it. Good, let's do it, right? But sometimes we want it to be really easy. And when we get into that thing and we find out that it's not, we're ditching it and we're going on to the next, because somebody said, oh, this way is easy, right? And this way is easy and fast. So not only do we want whatever we're getting into to be guaranteed, we want it to be easy. There go that thumbs up again. What are we doing? Okay, we want it to be easy, we want it to be a guarantee, and we want it to be fast. When your entrepreneurship is completely the opposite of that. The only thing is a guarantee is the amount of pivots you're going to make, that you're going to have to make a pivot, because entrepreneurship and business is constantly evolving and changing, and that's the only thing you can guarantee. Yo, there's no cheat code in entrepreneurship. It's either you do the things or you don't. It's either you're consistent or you're not, right? I teach entrepreneurs how to start a remote cleaning business without them never, ever having to touch a mop, broom, dust mop. Like you could literally build a multi-million successful cleaning company without you never meeting a client. Like like what? And you'd be like, yo, Jazz, you just said, like, you just talking against the things you just, no. Like that is completely possible, because there are students doing it right now. Testimonials are out my earlobes of the success from clients doing it, right? All of them have a different path, a different journey. All of them are going to have a different story, and I can't wait to share some of those stories when I bring them on. So I'm going to try to do some interviews this upcoming year with some students. Some where their path was a little bit longer than others, but they reached the end goal not the end goal, but they reached what's the word I'm looking for? A mark, I guess. Okay. They reach a certain mark, and the goal is to exceed that, right? But the thing about it is entrepreneurship is completely opposite of fast, of easy, of guarantee, right? Waking up is not even guaranteed. So why would the success of a business that of you reaching a certain profit income at a certain time be anything different? Now, I can be guilty because I provide a estimated time frame of when entrepreneurs can reach a certain profit goal, okay, based upon an estimated number of how many students have done what. And y'all know what an estimate is, right? It is taking the total number of people, dividing it, right? And you get an estimate. But the thing about it is the invisible investment part is not always included in the estimate. So people see that I can reach this, but they don't see the amount of work that had to go in to allow them to get to that path. It's the invisible investment. And I labeled this video for those that have ambition, financial freedom goals, but they're lazy, right? Lazy is just a word to really get you guys' attention. It really is just having poor work ethic. Because you have the dream, you have the vision, but you need the work ethic to match. You need the hard work. Point blank, period. Where I can give this whole list of all the things, that should be included in this, why you should watch this video. But point blank, period, if you can just start with great work ethic, you're going to be able to outbeat your competition every day of the week. There is no competition. You are your competition. The only person you're trying to beat is the person you were yesterday. The only person that I'm trying to beat is the person that I was yesterday, last week, last month, last year, 2 years ago. When I become better every single day, I'm winning. Not the person that also do what I do, not the company that also services the area that I service, not the new company that's coming and has more marketing dollars. No, it's me. I am my competition. So the only person that I'm trying to outwork is me. If I find that I wasn't showing up for myself or for my business consistently, then I have to be real with myself and be self-aware with my own actions and my own work ethic and work for it. Like, seriously, we want balance, work-life balance, okay? In the beginning, there's really no such thing. I'm not saying to ignore responsibilities. I'm not saying to work yourself to death, okay, y'all? I'm not, here's my disclaimer. I'm saying, yes, know yourself, know your limits. I understand that not everybody works like me, okay? This work ethic has been developed since I was a very, very young girl, okay? This was how I thought, and I made the mistake to where I thought that I had a fixed mindset where, like, I thought I was born like this. Oh, I was born like this. Yo, I wake up and go to work and I go to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody works like I work. So I thought this is just who I am. But I had to literally go back down memory lane, and God had to bring some things back to my remembrance that I didn't wake up with this kind of work ethic. It was developed at a very young age with having a father that was very ambition with us helping to succeed in any and every level, okay? If I wanted to be great at something, he told me that me being great is working at something. And the separation of what good and great is work. So I played volleyball and sports as a young kid. I'm outside catching 100 pop flies every single day. If I want to be great, the difference between being good and great is work. I get into volleyball. I start playing volleyball. I'm kind of short. Had to work on my vertical. So that means I'm doing literally 100 wall jumps like every hour. Okay. Rain, shine, tired, calves are sore, ankles sore, like. And when I got to that phase, that was when I started doing it on my own. Now, my dad helped hold me accountable to my goals. Okay. He held me accountable. Like, yo, why didn't you? Oh, I'm tired today. It's raining today. I'm watching a rerun today. My favorite show was on today. This is before you could record and watch something. Like, if you missed that episode of a Full House or Family Matters, that was it. Okay, I'm my favorite. No, like, he helped. Like, yo, you the one that said you wanted to be great. Why you ain't doing the things? And I literally just developed that work ethic till today. And I teach my kids that same work ethic. I'm like, yo, you the one that said you wanted to be great, not me. You the one that said you wanted to go pro, not me. I can't show up for you. You got to show up for yourself. I can't want it more than you. You have to want it more. Now, I am the investing vehicle because you broke and you're a little kid, but I'm going to support your vision as long as you match my investment. So show up for yourself. And the moment I see you don't show up for yourself, I'm going to match my investment to the level that you show up for yourself, because I can't want it more than you. Some of y'all can say that's real hard parenting. I don't care. Because they the one that said they wanted to be great. So I'm helping to hold them accountable. And yes, my youngest is 7. And yes, my middle is 12. And I did it with my oldest son, and he's 18. Okay. And I understand that I had to work through some things through, because I was teaching sometimes really hard and strict, and I had to learn how to manage that per their age level. But I know that at the end of the day, no matter if right now they want to be great at soccer, or they want to be great at school, they want to be great doctors or physicians or scientists or lawyers or whatever, like, they develop the work ethic, because the work ethic is transferable to anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the tangible thing that they're going to be able to take no matter where they go. So you have to ask yourself, are you showing up for yourself? Do you want it more Does somebody else want it more than you? Because self-motivation has to come from self. Motivation from anywhere. Y'all can be temporarily motivated from this video. I remember hearing this in a book. And I tell this to my kids all the day. I can give you the pep talk like, yo, you got this. What's the goals? What we doing? How many shots you taking? How many skills you're taking? Come on, you got this. You're the best out there. You're the greatest. Oh, yeah, I'm the greatest, Mom. Boop, 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 boop. And the moment he jump out the car, run to the field, do his warm-up, the whistle is blown, game is stopped, that motivation, that outside source of motivation is gone. His self-motivation is the only vehicle that matters. It's the only driving force that matters. So you have to be self-motivated to want what you want, because if you're only temporarily motivated by outside sources, by what you see, the YouTube videos you watch, the podcasts you watch, or the influencers that post things on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and all the things, and like, oh, I want that one day, or oh my God, I can't wait till I can have that, but you're not internally motivated, your work ethic won't match. Your work ethic won't match the level of self-motivation, because that outside source motivation is going to die off. That's not a driving force. It's a temporary feel-good antidote. Okay, it gives us those endorphins, but they die off real fast. So you have to make sure that you're self-motivated to reach the financial goals that you want, which is why it's very important for you to actually know what it is you want. What does success look like to you? Does success look like to where my bills are covered, I can invest in some 401ks, I can have me a good UIL, I can start me a family trust, I can have some assets, I can do some investments, right? I can start some companies elsewhere. Like, what does it look like? Write it down. In my last video, I said, which is super, usable for here, I said, what you don't see, you don't know. Write the goals down, make it visible, have that reminder in front of you. Tell yourself that, strengthen that mindset, what's that word? Why am I always forgetting words? The neuroplasticity, strengthen the neuroplasticity. Remind yourself every single day what you're working for, how you're going to get it, and that it's going to be done. And tell yourself you're going to do it now. You're tired of being lazy and not doing the things, and your work ethic, like you have the desire, but you just can't do the things. Tell yourself to get up now, understand the power of now, and do the things now. It won't be easy, I'm telling you, because it's going to stretch you past your current comfort zones of what you're currently used to. Because if I was somebody that did not work naturally like I do right now, there's no way that I'm going to be able to show up at the level that I show up. And the thing about it is, nobody told me to come up here. It's now 10:24 p.m. after a long Saturday. And then I still have to get up tomorrow, you guys, at 5 a.m. because I serve at my local church faithfully, consistently, no matter what. Like, nobody told me to come do this. I had to hold myself accountable because I told myself that I was going to do a certain amount of YouTube videos this month, and I wanted to make sure that this one was included. So I hope you got a lot out of this video, okay? And if you guys have any questions, like, drop them in the comments. Let me know if you're trying to develop a stronger work ethic. Drop it in the comments. Let me know. If you guys want a part 2 of this, drop it in the comments and let me know. Until next time. Yo, what a way to end the video. Until next time, like I just didn't lay down the hammer. But y'all, I'm doing it in love. I really am. I'm doing it all in love. Last year taught me that I used to be a person that kind of beat around the bush a little bit, that took a couple trips around the mulberry bush, was a little bit this is my friend's saying, right? I'm not as a super straightforward person, because it makes me uncomfortable hurting people's feelings, or it makes me uncomfortable knowing that somebody could take my direct words as not take it in love, I guess, right? But last year taught me that I can't do that no more. because it was making me feel uncomfortable, but it was hurting all of my clients that I was working with. So it's a new leaf this year. So I know that it was straightforward, and some may think it was kind of harsh, but it's all in love. I want everybody to succeed, whether you're becoming a cleaning business owner or not. If you are, I hope you are, because it's one of the dopest industries. But I'm just saying, if you're not, like, it's all in love. So until next time, I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.